Hey everyone, welcome back. It's Dawn here. Thank you for joining me for my daily breakdown of the preliminary hearing, California versus Larry Migliette in 2023, in the heartbreaking case of Maya Migliette. Trial date is March 2026, so reviewing this hearing should help us all get very familiar with a bulk of the evidence, but not all of it. So with that, again, this is a local case for me. Maya is still missing. Her family is still looking for answers. I have new episodes dropping almost every day, so make sure you have your notification bell turned on so you don't miss out on anything. And then if you jump into this and you don't have any context and you don't know what I'm talking about, but you're curious, please visit for full context in order all the episodes, starting with a review of the case and the timeline on my playlist that I created for you. And that's bit.ly/mm-playlist. I'm going to spell that out. And I do apologize. Sometimes I forget to remind you it's bit.ly first and then the custom playlist, but I'll spell the whole thing out just to clear everything up. And by the way, also, you can always find that in the chat, in the comments, and or in the description. So that's lowercase b-i-t, that's Bob I Tom dot ly. So bit.ly is lowercase bit.ly / capital M for Maya Migliette, hyphen, capital P for playlist, lowercase LAYLIST. I'll do it again real quick, and also here you can see it spelled out and a couple of other handy links in the banner if you're watching and not on the podcast. So again, that's lowercase bit.ly / capital M hyphen capital P lowercase LAYLIST. So let's get going. We are now going to start hearing from Maya's father, and I'll catch you up in a few minutes. So let's get this started. I'm going to speak while they're getting set up because I know for briefly there's not much going on. You can see the CC is on. Maya's father's name is Pablito, and he will have an interpreter to help him both on direct and on cross. So there'll be a little bit of back and forth. Certification number 5891112 office on file. Now this is the interpreter giving her credentials basically to the judge.
Ako po si Pablito Tabalanza.
I am Pablito Tabalanza.
Please spell your last name for us.
Paki-spell niyo po yung apelyido ninyo.
Tabalanza.
Tabalanza.
Z as in zebra.
Z as in zebra.
Good morning, sir.
So his name is Pablito Tabalanza. Tabalanza was Maya's name before she was married to Larry. Of course, she took Larry's name, which was Migliette. And so her brother JR, who testified last week, his last name was also Tabalanza.
Good morning.
Sir, I will ask that you respond in Tagalog, and then the interpreter will interpret into English for us.
Hihilingin lang po na sumagot po kayo sa Tagalog, isasalin po yan ang tagasalin sa inyo. Para sa kanila. Yes, sir.
And the court does recognize that often witnesses speak English and their native language, but they feel more comfortable with an interpreter. So,
kinikilala po ng korte ang testigo po ay nakakapagsalita ng Ingles, pero mas komportable sila sa kanilang lingwahe.
Yes.
Mr. Tabalanza.
Yes, morning.
Tabalanza, magandang umaga po.
I'm going to show you a picture on the screen. It's been marked as Court Exhibit 3-1. Who is that person on the screen?
Papakita po dyan sa screen na yan ang isang exhibit po, isang katibayan, at ito po yung binatahan na may numero pong sinabi. At sino po yung tao niyan?
Yung anak ko, si Maya.
That's my child, Maya.
Do you know who Maya was married to?
Alam niyo po ba kung sino ang asawa ni Maya?
Opo.
Yes, ma'am.
What is his name?
Ano po pangalan niya?
Larry Migliette.
Larry Migliette.
Do you see Mr. Miliete in court here today?
Nakikita niyo po sa Ginoong Miliete niyo
Yes.
sa kwarto? Yes.
Could you point to him and tell us an article of clothing that he's wearing?
Pwede niyo po bang ituro siya sa amin at ipagpaliwanag niyo, isalarawan niyo kung ano ang suot niya?
Is there?
He's there.
Itim ang suot.
He's wearing black clothing.
Could the record reflect that the witness has identified the defendant?
Sinabi lang po na ituro na ng testigo ang
So while this is customary and we've seen all of the witnesses do this so far, we've heard from Mary Chris, Maya's sister, her brother JR, her youngest brother. They were all very close to Larry Miliete. And so now Maya's father, they have to identify Maya as who she is, get that into evidence. Even though it's somewhat repetitive, it is important, but it's also, to me personally, it's a little bit heartbreaking just to start out to see that. So to set the tone, you know, this is the father-in-law, Larry Miliete's father-in-law, who is now identifying his daughter's husband in court. And again, his daughter is still missing. He has no idea what happened or where she is. Now, the way that also gets set up is, just to bring you up to speed on everything, is Mary Chris, JR, who previously testified, and Maya's father all went to the home the weekend that they realized Maya was probably missing.
Not yet.
Mr. Tavalanza, can you be more specific about an article of clothing or something distinct about the person you just pointed to?
Bilang kabalansa, maaari niyo po bang masisalarawan pa ng mas spesifiko kung ano po kami mga kasuotan at kung meron pang karagdagan na nakikita, nakatangi-tangi doon sa itinuro ninyo?
Yung parang parang Amerikano yung So,
He's
saka
wearing,
may necktie.
he's wearing a business suit and wearing a necktie.
What color is the necktie?
Ano pong kulay ang kanyang pagbata?
Parang red and silver.
It seems like it's red and silver.
The record will reflect that he has identified.
Napakita ko sa itatalala ko na nakilala niya, natukoy niya yung nasasaktan.
Yung
Yes.
Mr. Tavalanza, when did you meet the defendant, Mr. Miliete?
Ginong kabalansa, kailan niyo po nakita na nakilala yung ang nasasaktan na si Ginoong Miliete?
nakita ng nakita.
What do you mean meet?
When were you first introduced to the defendant, Mr. Miliete?
Kailan po kayo unang ipinakilala sa nasasaktan na si Ginoong Miliete?
Ngayon lang pinakilala. Ano ang ibig sabihin ng pinakilala?
He was just introduced to me now. What do you mean introduced?
How long have you known Mr. Miliete?
Gano'n niyo na po katagal nakilala si Ginoong Miliete?
How many years?
Ilang taon na po?
Mula nung nag-asawa na sila ni Maya, doon ko nakilala.
Since they got married, him and Maya, I've known him.
How old was Maya when she married him?
Ilang taon po si Maya nung nag-asawa sila?
Ay, palagay ko, under age 17. 17 siguro.
I think she was underage, maybe 17.
17 when she met him or 17 when she married him?
17 po nung makilala niya o 17 nung mag-asawa sila?
Siguro, mga nag-asawa sila.
Maybe when they got married.
Kasi, nag-aaral pa ng high school si Maya noon, sa 4th year.
Because she was still in high school then, in 4th year.
So is it fair to say you've known the defendant for almost over 20 years?
Tama lang po bang sabihin na kilala niyo na yung nasasakdal ng higit 20 taon na?
Wala siguro.
Probably.
Over the years, did you communicate on a regular basis with the defendant?
Sa lumi sa mga buong taon po na yon, nakipag-communica ba kayo sa nasasakdal?
Yung,
Yes.
Would you talk to him on the telephone?
Nakakausap niyo po ba siya sa pamamagitan ng telepono?
Mhm.
Mhm.
opo.
Yes, ma'am.
Would you communicate at all by using text messages?
Nakikipag-usap ba kayo sa kanya, komunikasyon ninyo sa pamamagitan ng text messages?
Hindi.
No, ma'am.
So it would be solely by telephone. Is that correct?
Tama po bang sabihin na ito sa pamamagitan lang ng telepono?
Cellphone.
Cellphone.
Sir, how old are you?
Ilang taon na po kayo, Gino?
73 na ngayon.
I'm now 70.
Ano,
I'm now
running
73.
73. I was 73 by this 25.
I'm running 73. I will be 73 this 25.
Yeah.
Salamat.
And how old was your daughter Maya when you last saw her?
Ilang taon po yung anak ninyo si Maya na huli ninyo siyang makita?
Hindi ko na alam. Mga 39 yata. 39 o magpo-40 na siya.
I don't know anymore. Probably 39 or she was turning 40.
Do you remember when you last saw your daughter Maya?
Natatandaan niyo po ba kung kailan niyo huling nakita yung anak niyo si Maya?
Noong bago siya nawala.
Ano?
Noong bago siya nawala.
Before she disappeared.
When did you see her? Was there an occasion?
Kailan niyo po siya nakita? Meron po ba okasyon?
Sa bahay nila.
At their home?
Where was
Again, one more time. I can't imagine, for example, my father, sitting in a courtroom, having to tell the court, having to tell all these people, knowing it's being live streamed, all of the emotions that are probably going through his head. Excuse me, hair in my face. He'll be 76 in January, in 2026, in March, by the time we get to actual trial. Just how difficult this must be, even though, her family so far hasn't fallen apart at the seams. They've held it together really well. I just can't even imagine my father having to do this for myself or any of his children. It's just hard to wrap my head around the tragedy. And by the way, I just want to also quickly tell you, we are now in 2023. This starts the second week of the hearing. So there was a long weekend with a holiday. So they took off Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So they're coming back fresh on Monday. So this is day 4, the beginning of day 4 of the 10-day hearing.
their home?
Nasaan po yung bahay nila?
Chula Vista.
In
San Miguel, Chula Vista.
San Miguel, Chula Vista.
Do you know the street?
Alam niyo po yung kalye?
Parang kalye.
It seems like the street.
Nakalimutan ko na yata.
What was that? I think I forgot.
Does Paseo Los Gatos sound familiar?
Could you please repeat that, Council?
Does Paseo Los Gatos sound
Uh-huh.
familiar?
Thank you. Yung po bang salitang Paseo Los Gatos, mukhang familiar po ba sa inyo?
Oo.
Yes.
Yun ang alam kong street nila.
That's the street that I know.
Did you see your daughter Maya at Christmas time,
Nakita niyo po ba yung anak ninyong si Maya?
December 2020?
Nung Pasko, nung Disyembre po, nung taong 2020?
Opo.
Yes, ma'am.
Showing you 3-2, which is up on the screen.
May papakita po sa inyong
Does that look like a photo
dalawa.
Your family celebration at Christmas 2020?
Yung po ba yung litrato ng celebration ng pamilya ninyo nung taong 2020 po?
Opo.
Yes, ma'am.
Did you see your daughter Maya after Christmas 2020?
Nakita niyo po ba yung anak ninyong si Maya pagkatapos ng Pasko nung taong 2020?
Opo.
Yes, ma'am.
When did you see her?
Kailan niyo po siya nakita?
Sa kanila, bahay nila.
At their house.
Tell us about when you saw her at the house.
Sabihin niyo po sa amin kung nung makita niyo siya, tungkol doon sa nung makita niyo siya sa bahay nila.
Maligaya rin. Okay rin siya.
She was happy, she was okay.
What were you doing at the house? What was the reason for you being at the house?
Ano pong ginagawa niyo sa bahay? Ano pong dahilan bakit nandun kayo sa bahay?
Ano lang, yung binibisita ko lang sila paminsan-minsan.
I was just visiting them. I visit them once in a while.
At that time, during Christmas 2020 into January 2021, where were you living?
Nung panahon po na yon, mula nung Pasko ng taong 2020 hanggang Enero po ng taong 2021, saan po kayo nakatira?
Sa Moreno Valley.
Ano?
Moreno Valley.
In Moreno Valley.
Valley.
Who did you live with in Moreno Valley?
Sino po ang kasama nung naninirahan sa Moreno Valley?
Yung anak ko, panganay. Mike Chris.
My eldest child.
Saka yung misis ko.
My eldest child.
Misis.
Ano po pangalan?
Asawa ko na yung Tabalas.
Yung pangalan ko.
Noemi. Ay, yung anak ko, Marie Chris.
With my eldest child, Mary Chris, and my wife, Noemi.
How far away from Chula Vista is Moreno Valley?
Gaano po kalayo ang Moreno po? Ang Chula Vista po sa Moreno Valley po?
Hindi ko alam ang milya, pero kung nag-drive ako, walang hindi masyadong matraffic, makukuha ko yun ng 1 oras at kalahati.
I do not know how many miles, but when I drive, I could get there in 1.5 hours time.
And you still drive?
Nagmamaneho
Yes.
pa po ba kayo? Yes, ma'am.
In the year 2020, was it common for the defendant, Mr. Miliete, to call you on the telephone?
Noong taong po ba, 2020 po, mapangkaraniwan lang po ba natatawag sa inyo yung nasasakdal na si Ginoong Miliete sa telepono?
Hindi, minsan madalas. Minsan madalas.
Sometimes it's most of the time.
Can you explain what you mean by that?
Pwede niyo po bang ipaliwanag anong ibig niyo sabihin sa sagot niyo?
Masyado hindi masyadong marami. Pero mostly, karamihan, tumatawag siya. Hanggang sa tawag siya ng tawag ko minsan.
Not a lot of times, but sometimes he keeps calling.
What would be the nature of the phone calls? What was the subject of the conversations?
Ano po ang nilalaman ng mga pagtawag niya? Ano po ang nilalaman ng mga pag-uusap?
Tinatawagan ako para kausapin ko si Maya. Sabi ko sa kanya, anong sasabihin ko? Wala naman siyang sa akin.
He would call me to ask me to talk to Maya. I asked him, what would I tell her? She has nothing on me.
Can you describe what the defendant would say to you in these phone calls when he would ask for help with Maya?
Pwede niyo po bang isalarawan kung ano ang hinihingi ng nasasakdal sa inyo sa mga tawag nito sa telepono? Ano po ang gusto niyang sabihin niyo kay Maya?
Pagsabihan ko lang siya, bigyan ko lang siya ng payo, humihingi siya ng payo, pero wala na naman akong masabi na may bigay na payo kasi nakausap ko na siya, ilang beses ko na nakausap si Maya na binigyan ko siya ng payo. Larga naman siya ng larga ng tawag sa akin, kaya sinasabi ko na kay Maya noon na sila palaging tatawag sa akin. Okay.
I told him I have nothing to tell Maya because I've already gave my advice, and he would. I have no more advice to give, and I told him I've already talked to her, but she would still keep calling, and he would call me.
Was your son-in-law, Mr. Miliete, asking you for some advice?
Hindi po bang ninyo, si Ginoong Miliete, humihingi ng payo mula sa inyo?
Hindi siya humingi sa akin ng payo.
He doesn't ask advice from me.
What would he ask you for help in the phone calls?
Humihingi ba siya ng tulong? Ano pong tulong hinihingi sa inyo sa mga tawag ngayon sa telepono?
Wala siyang hinihinging tulong.
No, he doesn't ask for help.
What was he asking you?
Ano pong hinihingi niya mula sa inyo?
Yun lang, yung bigyan ko ng payo yung si Maya.
Just to give Maya advice.
What kind of advice did Mr. Miliete want you to give to Maya?
Ano pong klaseng payo ang gusto ni Ginoong Miliete na ibigay ninyo kay Maya?
Yung nga ang tinagtataka ko kung anong klaseng payo ang gusto niya. Wala naman akong may bigay na payo.
That was what I was wondering because I have what kind of advice he wants me to give. I have no advice to give.
So this is kind of interesting. So this is another testimony of a family member where Larry was trying to engage with Maya's family. First, her sister, her brother, and now her father. And it goes on as we go on further in this hearing to run interference in their marriage and advise her to do something that he wanted her to do that he was unable to convince her himself, evidently. Not a great thing to do for married couples in general, but showing his desperation and need for control as well. So with that, we're going to call it a day. I'm going to get these processed for you. Thank you so much again for joining me for my daily breakdown of the very heartbreaking case of Maya Miliete in the preliminary hearing in 2023 of California versus Larry Miliete, where we're learning about some of the facts and evidence that will likely present themselves in the trial in March, coming up March 2026. So in a few months from now. So again, I do appreciate you joining me. I do ask for you to share these videos or the playlist with anyone who might be interested in learning about this case, especially, but not necessarily, but especially if they're in Southern California, because Maya is still missing. And the more eyes on her case, the better in helping the family find some answers. The playlist will help you find context if you missed any of the episodes. We're well into day 4.5 in a 10-day hearing, so we're along our way pretty well here. We're getting there, and so I might do 5 days a week, not 7 days a week going forward, but we'll see how that goes. In any case, again, I just really appreciate your taking interest in this case, caring about Maya and her family. And with that, I will say so long for now.